Former White House press secretary and Outnumbered co-host Kayleigh McEnany is here. All right, so Kayleigh, they say it's going to be a peaceful transition. It doesn't seem so peaceful. Yeah, shots haven't been fired, but this is not what we were promised.
I never expected it to be a peaceful transition because I have a long memory all the way back to the Obama administration. And Jesse, as you well remember, Obama in the Oval Office, when he was meeting with Trump, floated the name Mike Flynn, warned what a danger Mike Flynn was. And then it was just a few months later when President Trump came in that Andy McCabe and the FBI cornered him in an office and entrapped him. That was the word used by the Wall Street Journal. It was also months after Obama met with Trump that Susan Rice memorialized in a January 5th email that Obama had warned against sharing intelligence with Trump because of the Russia hoax. So with that in recent memory, Biden was all smiles. I don't know. Did the guy vote for Trump? Maybe, because he seems a little too happy. But I read behind that Cheshire cat smile, and I just know that there's so much deceptiveness in the past of the Democratic Party. So I don't take anything for granted, especially with the headlines you elicited.
Yeah, he's dribbling a basketball off his knee, but that's fine. Is he even really controlling things behind the scenes? Like, is he really organizing this invisibility app for migrants where they don't have to check into ICE? So they're basically invisible.
Of course.
Homan really has to search a lot harder to find them. That doesn't sound like the guy that was saying he was going to crack down on the border just this year.
No, and it comes after Laken Riley's killer was found guilty, life in prison without parole. And then we learn that they're not searching or having people with final notices of removal check in with ICE. It's crazy, but it is not Biden, to your point. I mean, I watched this foreign trip he just had. It was a total train wreck. He's in the back row between like Thailand and Malaysia while she is in the front smiling. He gets lost in the Amazon. He wanders off into the Amazon rainforest. And then we see teleprompters. What president gives a press conference in the Amazon rainforest with teleprompters? Joe Biden does. He's lost, Jesse, but do not underestimate what the deep state minions around him can do. They are very, very powerful.
All right, we're going to talk about that in the next segment with Gates and Pam Bondi now. There are still traps to be laid. I mean, this is just the beginning of this lame duck session. You have all the way into, I believe, what is it, the 20th of January. You could have FBI getting involved. You could have NSA, you could have more leaks, you could have lawsuits. There could be a number of grenades that they can throw at this transition that we haven't even prepared for. Do you think they're thinking about what they're up to?
I do. I think Elon Musk is. I think Vivek Ramaswamy is. I read their piece in the Wall Street Journal. They have thought through the firings. I talked to you last week on The Five about the firings being more important than the hirings. Well, Elon Musk laid out this whole plan. So did Vivek about ways they can get out over civil servant protections, do mass firings, move agencies out into other parts of the country so people quit, force them back into the office. I am thrilled to hear that because there's always a plot brewing. We've seen that time and time again, the Hunter laptop scandal that was buried, etc. We could go on and on. But I promise you, those guys, Elon Musk, every day I see him at Mar-a-Lago is a day I know that they are mindful that they must clean house. They must clean house so that Trump is truly the commander-in-chief.
You like Pam Bondi? I've had her on my show for many years. I think she's terrific. She's sharp. She shares Trump's ideology, which really isn't ideology. It's more just about the agenda for the country. How do you see her as AG?
Yeah, as a fellow Floridian, I cannot say enough wonderful things about Pam Bondi. I know her well. She was Attorney General for 8 years. Just before I came into the administration as press secretary, she had wound up her time as being one of Trump's impeachment lawyers. She did a stellar job. Go back and watch her there. She's the person for the job. She's tough. She's got grit. She's great and kind in her delivery of things. So, do not take her kind veneer lightly because behind that is a tough fighter. She's the right person for the job. Trump made an excellent pick in AG Pam Bondi.
Yep, she's a good choice. All right. And she's from Florida. So basically from Florida, you're going to get a job with Trump. Or Fox.
Basically.
Fox
yes.
in Florida on your resume,
Fox.
you're
Fox,
in.
Florida.
All right, Kayleigh, thank you. Good to see you. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.